Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Autism and Doctor Who series. Today I'm joined with Andrew, and today we're going to be speaking about Doctor Who and autism. So Andrew, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me, Mason.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good to talk about Doctor Who or autism a little bit too. So
Oh, definitely, yeah.
yeah. So do you want to just do a little introduction of yourself?
Hi there, I'm Andrew. I'm Scottish. I know I don't sound Scottish, but I'm from Scotland originally. I live in Australia, and I'm a massive fan of Doctor Who. And as you can see, I'm a big fan of the 10th Doctor. Right now, I'm cosplaying him from Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead, which is my favorite variant of the blue suit. So I thought this would be a good one. And yeah, I've loved Doctor Who since I was 9 years old, maybe since 2005 at least. And yeah, and I absolutely love it. And I do cosplay on TikTok, and I mostly do 10th Doctor stuff. And yeah, he's my favorite Doctor and my favorite character in general. And I'm just so happy he's coming back to the 60th as well.
Yeah, it's great that he's going to be coming back. Like I think the Forest of the Dead and the library episodes were really good.
They were, yeah.
Series 4 was one of the best series, I think.
I think it's still the best series of the new series, to be honest, if not the whole series.
Yeah, has the most episodes, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and yeah, I just don't think any other seasons topped it, especially the season finale.
Oh yeah, that season finale, it was even though he left, it was one of the best episodes.
Oh, definitely, yeah, and it was sad that was his last season, but but he's coming back, and hopefully we'll have those good memories again.
Yeah. But do you think with it with David coming back, do you think it's actually the 10th Doctor?
Well, I do have a couple of theories, and I think people have more or less shared this themselves. But my theories are theory one, multiverse. So I'm thinking, he's playing the 10th Doctor in an alternate timeline where he never regenerated. Donna never lost her memory, but Donna still got married and still had a child, but still travels with the Doctor on and off, very like Amy and Rory did when they were married, and Clara, she would do her life on Earth, but still travel with the Doctor on and off. I have that theory. Or, and I think this is the more likely explanation, is the 13th Doctor, as played by Jodie Whittaker, regenerates back into David Tennant at the end of the Centenary special. And, and the 60th anniversary picks up directly after that. That's the aftermath of that. And I guess the whole episode's about him thinking, why have I got this face again? Like, why this face? I mean, I'm happy that it's back, but why this space? Why am I back? And then coincidentally, he bumps into Donna, and Donna's moved on with her life. It's been 15 years, and she has a kid called Rose. And yeah, and I kind of hope Rose, Donna's daughter, becomes the new companion, because it'd be kind of like Donna passing the torch onto her daughter to be the Doctor's companion. I'm hoping for that when I guess when Suchigatwa becomes the Doctor officially.
Yeah, I think it's going to go on. I feel like that the companion will go with the new Doctor Who whenever he is there, but I feel like we're not going to see him towards the end of possibly 2023, more towards when it is actually that November month when it is actually 60th anniversary. And I do feel like Jodie will regenerate into David, because as recording this, they're filming now, and you only see the whole Donna Noble family back as well. So it's very interesting. I think it's going to be either they showed you like the like Jodie regeneration, or they do it half, like they leave it on a cliffhanger until the next episode. Maybe.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, because I guess if she does regenerate back into David Tennant, like from what we saw at the end of the trailer, she's starting to regenerate, and she says Yaz, and she looks very distraught. So I'm kind of thinking, maybe did the regeneration take pity on the Doctor and go, hang on, you've been through too many new faces already, let's take you back to the one you like, and that's the 10th Doctor. Like, because I think regeneration can be a subconscious thing. Like it, like it's sort of there is an element of choice, I think, and maybe in that moment, the 13th Doctor's upset, something happened to Yaz, or doesn't want to change, and I thought, all right, just cheer myself up, I'll change back into the face that I liked. But
I feel like that it's going to happen, and like if he does regenerate, he can't really be the same as he was, because like he can't be that. I suppose he has to be a different character if that's what happens. Like he regenerates back into David, but because it'll be, I don't know. It's really interesting. Is it going to be exactly the same Doctor, like he regenerates, or is it going to be completely different? So it's very interesting what's going to happen. Okay.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I think anything goes at this point, really, especially when Russell's writing again. I just feel like anything can go. And I'll be honest, I've not felt this excited about Doctor Who in a very long time. I've had excitement, but just not this excited. Probably not since series 4, which was 14 years ago, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gone quick.
I think
But
since Matt Smith really left, it hasn't been the same. Doctor Who. I wasn't the biggest fan of Capaldi's Doctor, really. Like he was okay. Like when you watch that first episode of a Doctor, and you feel like you don't get into him. Like I got into Dave Tennant from his first episode and Matt Smith from his first episode. Even though I was sad David left, but Matt Smith just clicked straight away for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and I thought Capaldi was really good, and when he was announced, I was like, yes, like perfect casting. But I can understand why some people might not like his Doctor. He's a bit different. But I think that's what I wanted to see at that time. I wanted a bit more older Doctor and someone a bit darker, because we had a bit more fun, jovial Doctors with David Tennant and Matt Smith for the first 10 10 years at that point. And I was like, maybe it's time for something new, something a bit different. And I think Capaldi for me delivered that, throughout his run.
Yeah, he was very good towards the end. And I don't say that because it was his last season. I just feel like he was doing better acting like than he was at the start. Like you could tell he changed. And I had probably a good episode as well in his last series. But yeah, like what do you think of Jodie Whittaker as 30th Doctor?
I think she's good. I just think the writing let her down, I think, because, I think, she brought a lot of charm and charisma to the role, and I loved that. But I think to make her Doctor work more, the writing needed to work as well. And, you know what they say, if a script is bad, then there's only so much the actor can do about that. The actor can only do what they can, but if the script doesn't work, then it's not going to work. You can polish a turd all you want, it's still a turd at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a bit I'm a bit sad for her because she's a very good actress. And she hasn't, I think there were too many people in the TARDIS. Like wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like you can't really focus on one companion when too many people are in there.
That's it, yeah.
Like with Yaz's story, it's all a bit rushed as well. Like her saying that she loves the Doctor, and you haven't really seen how that she loves the Doctor. Really. But yeah, like I do look forward to seeing what happens with her at the end. It'll be nice. It'll be a nice ending, and it's good that she gets that. It's a good special at the end.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. And I think Jodie could have worked as the Doctor, and I think having Yaz as that companion could have worked as well. But I just think there wasn't a grand plan at the beginning, and obviously that's key, when it comes to writing, where a Doctor's era is going to go. You've got to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And with Jodie, it just felt like there was a beginning, but I was like, okay, where's the middle? Where's the middle? I don't know where the middle is. And, now we're at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know, like there was no middle, I feel, but that's how I look at it.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting. I feel that I need to start with Russell T Davies again. Um, and yeah, like I feel like I might be wrong, but I just feel like this next episode after Jodie will be a Christmassy. I thought because Russell's the one inventing Christmas episodes because I thought he would like to bring that back because we
I
haven't
think
seen
he
that.
is.
Yeah.
I think he is because I don't know for sure, but there's a rumor that we'll have Tennant not just for the 60th, but also for a Christmas special as well. Because so like you have the 60th anniversary, you have Doctor Donna meeting again, and then maybe they go on another adventure in the TARDIS, and then in the Christmas special they have another adventure, and then Tennant regenerates into Gatwa. Like I think that's how it's going to go. But I hope Russell does bring back Christmas specials, and I would love to see him bring back spin-offs.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would.
That would be, yeah.
I feel like they're going to get more than one episode though. Donna and the Doctor. I
Yeah.
feel like at least a couple of episodes. It might be. Because I don't feel like the series 14 will come out next year. I feel like they're going to spend the whole of next year doing 60th anniversary stuff. Maybe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because they say celebrations. They don't say the 60th anniversary, did they? When they announced David and Catherine Tate, they said they'll be within the 60th anniversary celebrations, which doesn't actually say November time, which
Mhm.
they did with the 50th, which was a good episode. But I think they're going
It
bigger
was.
with this 60th.
I think so. They've got to top the 50th because I think the 50th was huge back when it came out.
Mm.
I think they really need to top it. And I think they've got the ingredients to top the 50th with the 60th.
Yeah, because if like Bernard Cribbins come back and like when you wouldn't expect him to.
No, I did not expect him to come back at all. But when he turned up on the set, I was like, Wilfred?
Yeah,
Wilfred? I just never thought in a million years we'd see Bernard Cribbins come back as Wilfred. But here you go. We live in a world where that's possible now.
yeah, you've got like what's your thought on this new Rose character? What do you think she is? Do you think, because there's lots of theories, isn't there? There's the theories that she's actually Rose Tyler from a different universe, Donna's daughter. What do you think?
Hmm.
Do you think?
I think she's Donna's daughter, definitely. And I think that's more than confirmed as well, because I've been watching videos of people discussing the photos and footage of the set shooting. And apparently there's a little bit in one of the footage that Yasmin Finney yells mum as the character. So, and Donna was in that shot. So I assume she's referring to Donna as her mum. So, but I like to think that she's Donna's daughter because it makes sense, I think. And like I said, the whole passing of the torch thing, if Rose becomes the new companion, and heck, maybe throughout Suchi Gatwa's era, maybe the Noble family could be like a reoccurring characters, like they were in series 4, but of course Donna is on Earth with her husband and Rose is off traveling with the Doctor. I think that'd be really good. Sort of runs in the Noble family, as it were.
Sean Temple, I think her husband. Her husband's name, and I believe he was only in the End of Time. I don't know if he was any other episodes, but it's crazy that they bring these characters that you don't realise, that you don't think about much back.
Oh, I know, it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, I never thought in a million years we'd see Tennant, Bernard Cribbins, Catherine Tate, Sylvia Noble's coming back, which I'm so happy because I was kind of wondering where's Sylvia, and there she was. I was like, yes, thank goodness she's coming back. But yeah, and also Donna's husband Sean Temple is there too, and it makes sense. Like it just feels like it was all building to this, but even though it wasn't, but it feels like it, and I think that's the genius of Russell's writing is you feel like this was always coming. It was inevitable.
Yeah, because there's going to be probably more stuff announced. I would have thought Matt Smith would come back, but I feel like this could be separate things. Like if they start with Donna and the Doctor, 10th Doctor, they bring back, maybe do episodes with the Matt Smiths, do it all separately, all leading up to find the 14th Doctor, maybe. Because it could be a glitch. How this has happened, this could be a glitch. That the 13 realizes that the 10th Doctor didn't want to go. He didn't want to go, did he? He didn't accept going.
No, he didn't.
He's back.
No, he didn't.
For maybe a last time, probably one of his last times on Doctor Who, I'd have thought, David Tennant. And get like realizing he has to go now. He's realized that it's fine for him to go.
That's it, yeah, and and that's a good point actually. I think maybe that's him coming back, realizing it's okay to be going, and maybe come to accept the fact that okay, this is not my face anymore. It's time to go. Yeah, but I like that. That's a really good point actually.
Yeah, because I thought about that because he was really selfish, and end of time, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, he was a selfish. So towards the end of being the Doctor, he was really careless.
Yeah, he was a bit, yeah. But I think that's the human side of the 10th Doctor, because people, it's obvious that David Tennant's Doctor is the most human, and I think being surrounded by humans, especially after what happened in the Time War, I guess in a way he picked up those human qualities, especially feeling emotion like selfishness and carelessness, and I suppose vanity issues as well. The 10th Doctor did say in his last story he had vanity issues at the time when he refused to regenerate in Journey's End.
Yeah.
When he said because he had vanity issues, I was like, yeah, that's the 10th Doctor there.
Yeah, it's great that he I was very curious when he did regenerate and thinking, what's going on? He's gonna leave.
I know. Well, funny story behind that. When Series 4 was I lived in Australia at the time as well, and obviously you guys got it in the UK months before, but luckily social media wasn't as huge back then, so it was easy to avoid spoilers. So that the 10th Doctor's regeneration wasn't spoiled for me. But halfway through Series 4, when it was being broadcast in Australia, me, my mum, and my brother traveled back to Scotland for a holiday, and we're staying at my grandparents' house. And my granddad had taped some episodes from Series 4, even the ones that hadn't been broadcast in Australia yet. So that includes the season finale. So unfortunately, I didn't have The Stolen Earth or Turn Left, unfortunately. But I had Journey's End, and then the previous Doctor Who what do you call it? Recap. Sorry, the recap played, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it ends with the 10th Doctor regenerating. Like, what? The 10th Doctor's regenerating, and then he puts it all in the hand. I'm like, oh, right, I see. You got me there for a moment. But it was a funny story. Like, I didn't watch it in order at the time because watching television was a lot different back then, unfortunately. Like, I don't think BBC and ABC iPlayer was invented then. I don't think so. No, it wasn't, which is so weird to think, because if you miss an episode of Doctor Who now, you just watch it on BBC iPlayer or ABC iPlayer.
Yeah, they had
and it's there.
BBC
you can
Three, didn't they? I think they put on
exactly
the BBC Three, didn't they? So you'd watch it.
That's right, yeah.
And they recently brought that back as well.
They should bring that back. That would be really good. But unfortunately, we didn't have that at the time, or I don't think we still do. We still don't have that at the time. Although
over here it's back. It recently got back again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Oh, because Torchwood was on BBC Three, wasn't it?
I think so. A funny story. I didn't watch Torchwood till like when it was in lockdown and stuff in the UK and stuff.
Oh,
so
fair enough.
I didn't watch it when it was out because, but yeah, I did like it though. It's a good series.
Yeah, I love Torchwood. I thought it was really good. But I think that's great that BBC Three is back. Just because we live in an age of streaming services and stuff doesn't mean we can't watch television the old-fashioned way. I prefer, when there's a cliffhanger, I prefer there's a week in between episodes. You know what I mean? Like, because that way you have a week to think about, all right, how's the character going to get out of this situation? How's that cliffhanger going to be resolved? Whereas, it's awesome to binge watch shows now, but I do miss that not knowing for a whole week thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think it's.
I would rather not watch the entire trailer really, but you can't really avoid it nowadays.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
mm,
Oh, I remember back in the day, you could watch a trailer on YouTube or something. There was no spoilers. There was no spoilers, and of course, like if you missed that episode, or if it's 24 hours in another country or something like that, there's no social media to go, oh yeah, such and such happened, because I had the return of the first Doctor in Twice Upon a Time spoiled for me before I saw the Doctor Falls. Like literally, 12 hours before I watched the episode, I woke up one morning, I was like, no way, you kidding? Can I not have waited till the actual episode to see this? I was like, oh, it was frustrating.
yeah, I think the Doctor was supposed to regenerate before the episode before the time falls, because he was starting to regenerate and he wanted to do a Christmas episode for it, just an extra one. But yes, it's good. I think it was good that that's how it ended with him.
Yeah,
It was
because I think Moffat wanted to end Capaldi and his era with the Doctor Falls, but Chibnall apparently didn't want to do a Christmas special for his era, and he didn't end up doing Christmas specials at all. But we'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, if there was no Christmas special that year, they were going to use the Christmas Day slot. So Stephen Moffat very quickly wrote up Twice Upon a Time, which I think is a good story. I mean, for an episode that was written at the last minute, I think he did a really good job. Anyway, but then Chris decided not to do Christmas specials, and now, and he just did New Year specials instead. And I'm just like, why? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I suppose we can say we got an episode this year, because you don't get many episodes now.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's a bit sad that became the case during Chibnall's era, but now Russell's back. I hope we'll get a lot more content, and I think we've gotten lots of content in the last week or so.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, but in a really good way. Like, I've just not had this much news and content for Doctor Who in a really long time, especially probably not since maybe towards the end of Capaldi's era, or maybe Matt Smith's era. I'm not sure, but it's been a long time. I know that much. But
yeah, I haven't been excited probably for a long time about Doctor Who. Till at the moment. And just seeing all these people rumoured all the time, and you feel like you can't rule them out.
No, that's it. It's just, it's amazing. And, and like you said, I do hope Matt Smith does come back for the 60th as well. It would be cool to see him and Tennant work together again, because I thought they were amazing together in the 50th. So I would love to see them together. And, I think at this point, anyone could come back.
Yeah.
And
I'm not sure if Jodie will, but I would like her to be linked up with Matt Smith. I think that would be really funny.
That would be hilarious.
Matt Smith's Doctor, because they got similar.
They are. I just think they'd have a lot of banter together, and I think there'll be a lot of, oh no, we'll do this my way, or we'll do this your way, or no, we'll do it my way, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I could just see that happening with Jodie and Matt.
Yeah, I think what they need to do is they bring as many Doctors as they can. Probably a new Who, I'd say, because because some of the Doctors from old Who look different now. So maybe have them in it, but as like a cameo role or something like they did with Tom Baker. But bring back as many companions as you can. If they want to bring the Master back, it'd be nice to bring all of them back, even the one before John Sim, who's only in it for an episode, but it'd be nice to have him back too. But if they're going to bring John Sim back, make him look younger, like they did. Like, I know when he was Peter Capaldi, had a little beard, didn't he? But make him like a little bit like he was as Harold Saxon with David Tennant's era. Like, make him like that kind of character again.
That would be good. Yeah, definitely. Because I think Sony is funding Doctor Who now, so they might have the budget to do de-aging technology for
Yeah.
Doctor Who now. So yeah, if John Sim comes back and they make him Harold Saxon again, just sort of digitally de-age him or something.
Yeah,
Like
because
Marvel style.
like I think they probably did that with David Tennant as well, but this time around.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But I hope I hope they don't rely too much on that effect because it can be hit and miss.
Mm.
Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But if Sony's behind it and they've got extra funding, then yeah, they should go for it if it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I did see a rumor John Sim might be coming back because I've seen it on Facebook a few times. I'm thinking that would be awesome. I'd love to see Sim and Tennant work together again.
Yeah. It would be nice. Like it'd be nice if Missy came back within Shooty with Shooty. Like because I feel like they should just keep her separate in a way. Like she's still the master, but still if a woman incarnation, another woman incarnation, just call her the master, not Missy. So that Missy's a different character. So she can
Yeah,
come back anytime. So it'd be nice. But yes, it's lots of questions need answering, I think.
I think so, but I think we'll get the answers in time.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. And I'm sure we'll get a lot more announcements to come as well.
yeah, it's a Sunday thing at the moment, so um,
Keep it coming, Russell.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But uh, I think like Andrew, we talked about autism for a little bit, because
Yeah.
like I think you said that haven't you like worked with people with autism before?
Yeah, so I work in early childhood education and care. And I've also worked with school kids as well. And I have met children who deals with autism. And, we try and work out ways to, sort of accommodate them, their interests and how they want to learn. And I think that's very important. Like
Yeah,
learning's supposed to be fun at the end of the day. And, it's important to make learning fun for kids.
yeah. Yeah, I think so too, because um, I went to well, I was diagnosed with autism when I was 9, and that's in 2009, and like, actually part of that, like when I was younger, I I was thinking things were actually happening in Doctor Who in real life, so I was getting like scared and everything. So but like I moved different schools, so like mainstream to like a special school with people who have autism as well. So
Mhm.
that's all pretty cool. And autism links in with hobbies quite a lot as well. Like you
Yeah,
really like this
definitely.
one particular hobby, and for me that's Doctor Who. So other people may not be Doctor Who, but I found quite a lot of people who have autism do like Doctor Who. So that kind of led me down this road to create a series with like this, having that people have autism and people that don't, because I think it's always important to have like mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Yeah.
And does Doctor Who help you cope with that?
Yeah, like I'll always watch like one of my favorite episodes is like the Girl on the Fireplace. That's my probably favorite episode. Probably I would say beating some of the iconic episodes that David's done, like the Master Stories, like the End of Time and stuff. But I don't know, I just really like that episode. Um like he just it's really not, at the time I was petrified of the clockwork guys under the bed and stuff.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
I was
yeah, we're
younger.
terrifying.
Yeah. But nowadays I'm not scared of much in Doctor Who. I wanna be. I wanted there to be a scary monster.
Oh,
With
yeah,
Russell,
yeah,
because he said he's gonna create some new ones. Um but Shooty wants to have the master. He wants to be against the master, so I think he'll have a master in there somewhere. Um,
oh, definitely, yeah,
but it's going to be very interesting how it's all done. But yeah, Doctor Who does help me. Like I'll do videos as
yeah,
well. Probably more the 10th Doctor. Um,
yeah,
ones as well. Um,
yeah,
like
definitely, yeah.
like I did. I think earlier this year, I did do like the Forest of Dead, like the library episode ones. I've still got some that I haven't shared yet. Like I did, the one with the salad. Where
Oh yeah,
I got a little salad. And I chucked the bone, and like it's actually happening and stuff. So that was all pretty fun. Like I think they're really good ones to do. Those episodes.
oh definitely, yeah. And like when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of confidence. I was a bit of a shy child, and heck, I could still be a bit shy these days. Even though I love doing this podcast, I'll admit before I started, I was really nervous. So I've never done this sort of thing before. So this is very new for me. But I think chatting about Doctor Who and even watching Doctor Who, I guess it shaped me into the person I wanted to be and a person I'm hoping I am today. Like especially the 10th Doctor, because yeah, I remember looking at him as a kid and I'm thinking, I want to be you. I want to be you, and I'll do everything I can to shape myself.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Doctor is all about. It's about showing respect for others, no matter what, and and loving things around you. Even the most minute things. Loving things around you,
Yeah.
and
It
that's the
really
Doctor.
relates. It like really relates to you, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. And nowadays I try, obviously try and love everything around me. Even just little things. It doesn't have to be big, spectacular things, just normal everyday things. And I think, yeah, and that's important. Those little things are important.
Yeah.
And I think the Doctor, in a way, taught me to appreciate those things.
Yeah, because when I was younger, I wasn't really confident too. Like I would be like with my autism, I struggled to ask for help and stuff.
Mm,
Because I suppose I didn't accept having autism at the start because I didn't know much about it and stuff. But
mm,
so I wasn't confident and stuff. But as I got older, I suppose I have got more confident. Like we're speaking about, not maybe I shy. I suppose I do get shy to speak to different people, but that's normal. Like, get of course, like get nervous and stuff like that. But I think like
definitely, yeah.
Doctor Who helps with that. Um, like it's one of my main hobbies. Um, like it don't never change. Even though Doctor Who isn't good, like an episode or someone I don't like, I'll still watch it. Um, I'll just yeah, I'll still watch it. But yes, it's something that I probably won't stop watching.
That's it. And and it's a passion for a lot of people. And I think it's good that, you know, it's shaped many generations in the last 60 years. And, like my parents grew up with it in the 70s. Like my dad's favorite doctor is John Pertwee and mum's was Tom Baker, so it's amazing how it shapes each generation. Like it, what other franchises in the world can do that? Like
No, you can't. It stops, doesn't it? Normally, a series stops at a certain point in time.
they're not Doctor Who.
No, so it keeps on going. Like
That's it.
like other franchises will have like spin-offs now. Like
Mm,
you have Star Wars, you got Marvel having the constant spin-offs on stuff, but not Doctor Who. Well, Doctor Who has had about three maybe. Like with you've
mm,
got Torch with the Sarah Jane Adventures, and that series called Class that had only had one season. Um,
yeah,
so there needs to be more stuff like that. Like even companion stories that they could choose to do the Human Metacross, the Doctor storyline, or a mini series of that. Like
that
because David can age on that, can't he?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, so it
you,
doesn't
you,
matter.
that's it. You don't have to explain why he looks older because, well, he aged. He's
Yeah,
human. He ages.
and the same with Billie Piper. She aged. It was fine for that because she's in that parallel world. So it's gonna be interesting. How that it'd be nice to see it, like what happens. And with like the ponds as well. Like, that's interesting.
Yeah, That would be amazing. I would love to see the Ponds come back in some capacity.
Yeah.
I think. Do you listen to Big Finish?
I haven't actually. Like, I've never really listened to it, but I heard good things about it.
I highly recommend it because when I first heard of it, I was a bit like, I'm more of a visual type of guy. I don't think audio's for me. But one day, just randomly, I thought, you know what? I want to give it a go. So I downloaded the app, downloaded my first box set, which was the Third Doctor Adventures, because I love the Third Doctor as well. And I loved it. I loved it. Like, it was like watching an unseen episode of the John Pertwee era. You know what I mean? Like an episode that wasn't made. Like, it was made, but it wasn't broadcast. Like, it was just, it's absolutely amazing how Big Finish focuses on details. Like, it's just, I just can't get over how amazing it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly recommend it. You know, if you ever can, go for it, mate. I think you'd absolutely love it.
Yeah, like the thing is, I probably prefer audio stuff, like with like books, for example. I can't concentrate when reading it. I was always like that in school. Like, I would forget where I am, and I was thinking of stuff I'm doing
Yeah.
like after school or something, what I'm doing later in the day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know the feeling, don't worry.
yeah, watch episode of Doctor Who, and then you get asked by the teacher, like, what happened and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. Um,
Yeah.
but and then you get the question sheet at the end, and then the good thing about the question sheet, it tells you what pages it's in, so you just proofread like the answers and stuff. I would do, but yeah, like people on podcasts have had their own books, like for about like Crohn, about autism, about different things, and they send me it, and I say I can't read it. I can read, but I won't be able to
Hmm.
concentrate. Like, I got the Doctor Who lockdown book. There was a Doctor Who lockdown book. I've only read the first page, and it's about the first page was about like what happens when the 30th Doctor's happened when she fell out the TARDIS, like her adventures, like what actually happened. And yeah, I
Hmm.
was interested in the first page, and then I gave up. um,
Yeah, fair enough.
so I do prefer like people. One person sent me this book, and I said, "Do you have like an audio version?" And I said, "Yeah, like there's actually of him reading it out loud, so that's very easier than reading it myself."
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, like, and look, reading does take a lot of concentration. There are times when I was a kid, like when I would read a book, I'd be like sort of reading a paragraph, and I'm thinking, and then somehow I end up um on the next line up. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, like I thought I'm reading the next line in the paragraph, but it turns out I've gone back up, and I'm like, hang on a minute, did I just read? Oh, wait, I've gone back by mistake. You know, like, yeah, I had that issue when I was a kid, and obviously I wasn't the best reader, and I'm not a very good reader myself today, but back then I did struggle to read a little bit, but I learned how to do it. You know, I kept trying, and I went, okay, right, I'm going to keep trying and try and learn these words as best I can. But I can understand why,
Yeah,
you know, reading can be, you know, it requires a lot of attention, and sometimes it's hard to give it your full attention. So I completely understand that.
yeah, yeah. But that's it. And like you practice these things, and you get better.
Mm, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Like
Yeah. But
like with
even to
videos as well.
oh, that's it. Yeah, and you know, well, I'm still not much of a reader today, but sometimes if there's a book I like, oh yeah, I might be interested in that. I'll give it a little read, but more often than not, I never finish it.
Yeah, because I'm more of a like watch it on the telly person.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, same.
yeah, like I've never read Harry Potter book in my life. um, I probably watched the films, but I'm not a biggest Harry Potter fan. But um,
Hmm.
like, but with Doctor Who, I'll probably books out there. To be fair, I did like to collect the comics when I was younger. Like
Oh yeah,
each episode, I think it was David Tennant was the Doctor. There'll be a comic coming out next month where you get like a little toy, I think, or a couple things in there, like linked in with
yeah,
what the episode. So that was pretty cool. But
yeah.
don't do that anymore. time's gone on.
That's fair.
They sort those kind of things, but yes, it's all good. Have you? Is that the only one you cosplay, Andrew? The 10th Doctor?
I have cosplayed the 12th Doctor a few times. I've got some photos on my Facebook somewhere. Last year, for one of my TikToks, I actually did a 11th Doctor because I just had the bits and pieces lying around. So I was like, oh, I might put 11th Doctor costume together and see how I go. I did a couple of videos of 11, but then I just went straight back to 10 because he's kind of my comfort character, and I think he's a character I'm familiar with. And but most of the time it's the 10th Doctor. It's sort of a default for me.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite videos you've done with the 10th Doctor?
That's a good question. I've done so many. Maybe probably some of the duets I've done over the years. I've done a few. Last year for TikTok Gala Day, I did some 50th anniversary. Oh no, it was after TikTok Gala Day, I think. Anyway, so TikTok Gala Day, if you don't know what that is, it's where Whovians on TikTok take over TikTok for a whole day, or for 3 days, sorry. And you do cosplay videos, or artwork or stuff like that. Anything Who related, put it on TikTok and take it over. Anyway, so I did some 50th anniversary stuff, and I did some duets with 11th Doctor cosplayer, and that was so much fun to do. That's probably my favorite one. Just to answer your question eventually, sorry, I'm waffling. When the 10th and 11th Doctors meet, I did that with with an 11th Doctor cosplayer, and it was so much fun to do. It was just amazing, and having that cosplayer react in a positive way to it, I was like, I'm glad you like it, because it was just a lot of fun, just recapturing that energy between Tennant and Smith. But obviously, me and this other cosplayer weren't at the same time, obviously, because we knew that. But yeah, it was just fun to recreate that energy that those Doctors had together.
Yeah. Do you like with that with the 50th? How did you feel about David Tennant's hair not being like the spiky up one?
Good question. Excuse me, sorry. At first, I was a bit, why? Yeah, I looked at it, I was like, really? Would it have been that hard to spike it up? Over time, I actually don't mind it now. I would have preferred it spiked up, but over time, I've just gone, it's fine. It is what it is. And, I kind of treat it as sort of an unseen adventure of the 10th Doctor in a way. So I'm okay with it now, is what I'm trying to say.
Because he's got spiked up for the 60th celebrations I've seen, so that's all good.
Yeah, it's great. I love it, and I'm just glad to see it back. And
got a new suit and everything, hasn't he?
He has. I absolutely love his new look. I love that coat. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I want it now.
Yeah, I know. I made a joke on Instagram and TikTok as well. I posted the photo of him in his costume, and I said, I'm going to fork out the extra cash for a cosplay, haven't I? I'm going to be bankrupt in a year.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I have to do that look now, and I'll have to get his new sonic screwdriver too. Thanks, David.
That's interesting. He's got a new Sonic.
Yeah. There is actually an up close photo of it. Again, I reposted it on Instagram. It's an amalgamation of Tennant's old screwdriver, a bit of Capaldi, a little bit, but it's got the handle of the 11th Doctor, the white bit, and the gold bit at the bottom. It's an amalgamation of other screwdrivers. I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe a bit like Rivers as well.
Yeah, it's an amalgamation of the 10th Doctor, and I suppose 11th Doctor, I suppose. I actually like River Song's screwdriver. It's actually really good.
Yeah, and it's interesting if that will be passed on to Shooty, his Sonic.
That would be awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, because I think Tennant would, if he is just playing the 14th Doctor, I guess he's just gonna, come in, get the fans back on, get casual audience to watch Doctor Who again, and then Suchi Gatwa will come in and he'll just he'll just, cast him a screwdriver and say, "All right, Suchi, it's up to you now, mate. Good luck."
I think that's the reason he's back, isn't he? Like to get you've seen you see the trailer from Jodie's episode, like for the trailer for our last episode, and you see how many people shared David Tennant's like Uncapped and Tate post, like a lot more people.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, but in a way, like because maybe how do you feel about the announcement of the 14th Doctor and then announced that David Tennant came back? Do you think that just put the spotlight on him, like taking it away from shooting?
I suppose in a way, yeah, because like obviously David Tennant is the most popular Doctor, and Suchi Gatwa is a brand new Doctor, and a lot of people haven't seen him. So a lot of people don't know who he is. So in a way, yeah, I think what they could have done, like in an ideal world, have David Tennant come back, have that announced, and then have him regenerate into the next Doctor, and we don't know who it is, and it's Suchi Gatwa. And we're like, oh my god, who's this new Doctor? Oh my gosh, like wow, I can't wait to see where the franchise goes from here. But yeah, I do see that point of view but I think people are still talking about Suchi Gatwa being the Doctor though. I've noticed people are still talking about it, and I'm like, oh, that's good. At least people aren't going, oh no, never mind Suchi Gatwa, never mind him. We want David Tennant. I'm glad to see that people aren't doing that as much.
Yeah, because like if he is gonna be, it's gonna be interesting because like how they do this, because like Jodie either does regenerate into Shooty and something happens to him, or something, or the most likely thing that David will regenerate into Jodie, which people probably won't expect to happen. But I don't know, maybe the Master does something to the regeneration cycle, or something,
possibly.
which, or like you got the Daleks, the Cybermen, the lone Cybermen. You've got former companions back. It'd be nice to see K9 back actually, as well. But
Tegan and Ace.
Yeah, because
yeah, that's really
yeah.
Because I remember when it was announced they were actually coming back, I was like, really? That's awesome. Because I always wanted. I mean, I love Tegan. Don't get me wrong, but I've always wanted to see Ace come back, because I was thinking of all companions from the classic series they've brought back. I mean, they haven't brought back many, to be fair. I just thought Ace would be the most obvious one. But they have brought back a few classic companions since the new series, like Sarah Jane being the obvious one, and Jo Grant, who reappeared in the Sarah Jane Adventures. But I think that was it. I don't think they brought back any other companion since Jo.
No.
Or I guess K9, I suppose. But yeah. I find that interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But I think it's great that that Chibnall is at least doing that. He's, I guess, in a way, bringing in the classic fans as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, how people like. But I still think there's going to be a surprise, because
definitely
he's good at surprises. Chibnall, I'll give him that.
He is, yeah, because I do think Chibnall is a good writer. I just think when it comes to Doctor Who, I don't know whether he just doesn't understand it, or he's so determined to be different and radical, but then he's just coming off as a bit kind of like, what are you doing? What are you doing, mate? You know what I mean? Like,
he has written some good episodes though, hasn't he? Like he's done Torchwood, but maybe not a showrunner.
Well, actually, I found out recently he show ran Torchwood season 2. I actually had no idea about that till recently.
He did a show called Broadchurch as well.
Love Broadchurch, yeah.
That David Tennant was in, Joe Whittaker was in, Arthur Darvill was in. So quite a lot of Doctor Who characters. People have been before. Um,
When I started watching that, I guess in a way I turned it into a game of spot the Whovian actors. Like who's in Doctor Who, and yeah, and even David Bradley was in it in season
yeah,
one. He
he
played
was,
the
yeah.
first. So technically, we've had 3 Doctors in that series in a way.
Yeah, yeah, that it's crazy. But like, what's your thoughts about like the music? Like the music isn't as good, is it? Like in Doctor Who now.
I agree. I wouldn't call it terrible. Like, I will admit it's atmospheric and it doesn't overpower the scene. But Murray Gold's is just memorable and it's iconic and it's beautiful. Because I think with Murray Gold's music, you can listen to it on its own and still enjoy it.
Yeah,
Whereas the new composer, I'm terrible with his name. Can't remember it.
I can't remember either.
No, he's a really good composer.
Yeah,
He's really good, and I feel, but I don't know, like, but it doesn't overpower the scene. I'll give him that because as much as I love Murray Gold, I think towards the end, his music overpowered a scene to the point where I couldn't hear the dialogue. I was a bit like, what's going on? I can't hear because the music's so loud. But I suppose it depends what you look for in music in Doctor Who.
yeah.
Like,
I think,
and when it comes to music in Doctor Who, Murray Gold is pretty much all I've known. But
yeah. It's from like, yeah, me too. And like with autism, music plays a good part because I'll listen to a soundtrack from Mario Gold constantly. Maybe just the same one. So it's really important, and I hope yeah, I hope Shooty gets some good music along with him.
I think so. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I believe Murray Gold could be coming back with Russell because they have worked together in a lot of projects, like Casanova. Like, I remember watching Casanova for the first time and being utterly astonished of the music, thinking, "Wow, that sounds so similar to series 1 of Doctor Who," and It's a Sin, which I thought was really, really good. I really like that show. And yeah, but I hope he comes back to compose with Russell. But if not, I hope either they keep the same composer on or they get someone new. Like, but preferably Murray Gold.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Definitely. Fingers crossed.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. It's all exciting times.
Yes, it is. It's a great time to be a Whovian right now.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, just never thought in the last 10 years this sort of thing would happen. I just thought, all right, those are the glory days of Doctor Who. They're gone now. They're never coming back. How wrong I was. Or how wrong everyone was.
yeah. Like, is there anyone like you don't like in Doctor Who? Like companions or anything?
The top of my head, I'll be honest, I'm not keen on Yaz and Ryan because I like what they were trying to do with those characters, but I just thought they had no personality. Like,
No.
do you know what I mean? Like, there was quite a few episodes in series 11 specifically. They kind of blend into the background. Like, there was that episode, the something conundrum. I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing with Chibnall's titles. You're like, how do you say that? What?
Series
That's a hard
11
word to
is
say.
wiped from my mind. I have no like that first series is crazy.
Shows,
Yeah.
that too many characters in the TARDIS in the end.
Yeah, there wasn't there?
Yeah, it was just too many.
The
It's
thing
ridiculous.
the thing with Ryan I like though, but they made it like for his dyspraxia. I thought that was a
Yeah,
good
definitely.
part of his story, but it didn't make sense because they brought his dad into the picture, didn't they? And then
They did, yeah.
you didn't hear anything. And same with Yes, her mum came in the picture, and he didn't see anything of her. But it's a difference with like the Donna Noble era, the Martha Jones era, the Rose Tyler era. You actually know the parents quite well. Um,
That's
but
it, yeah.
but now you don't. Um,
That's it.
um,
You know,
I suppose with Clara you didn't really, but a little bit maybe.
nah.
Like that, like last Christmas episode, you probably saw him for the first time, but she was a different character because she was there or not. Um, reminds you a bit like Rory, always like dying somehow and then come back.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it, yeah. Because yeah, I definitely think family in Doctor Who is very important, and I think that's what made Russell's era successful. Well, one of the things that made Russell's thing successful. A lot of things did, but I think having that family dynamic with the Doctor, the companions, and the companions' family, and the thing is with the companions' families during Russell's era, I don't remember them like Rose living with Jackie, her mum, and lost her dad when she was a baby, and Martha, her parents are going through a divorce, but I'm sure a lot of kids could relate to, because I'm sure a lot of kids have gone through that. Donna, she lives with her mom and her grandfather, and
yeah,
her father passed away between The Runaway Bride and Series 4, which I thought was a massive shame, to be honest, because I don't think his character got a lot of focus in The Runaway Bride, not that I can remember. So it would have been nice to see some development with that character of Jeffrey Noble. That's his name, Jeffrey Noble. Excuse me,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Like it is very interesting. What like what's happened in Doctor Who because um it'd be nice to like what I want to see with Shooty's Doctor. I don't want any first few episodes. I just want him to be on his own. I don't want no
Mm.
companions or anything. I thought that'd be a bit different. Like just unrolling who finding out who he is and just being the Doctor for himself because we don't see the Doctor without a companion really, do we?
No, not really. Not really. Not since David Tennant's, or the end of David Tennant's era, anyways, because
Yeah.
he just had one-off companions. Although I was hoping for that episode, The Mummy on the Orient Express, Clara wouldn't be in it. I just thought the Doctor would be on his own. I thought this would be good to develop the 12th Doctor's character. But then Clara turns up, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, they hit her very well in the trailer, didn't they?
Yeah, they don't tell everything like with Jodie in that trailer. I don't think it's regeneration energy. I think it's opening the watch, and it's all her memories flood back, and then
Oh,
imagine that actually.
yeah.
No, I was just thinking about that. Like all those memories flood into her watch, and then because David Tennant, the Doctor, used the watch quite a lot, and all those
Yeah.
memories flood back into him, and mind is fixated on him, and then she regenerates back into him because all the memories from him are
Oh,
coming to her mind. Maybe.
that's a good point, that kind of ties into the whole. There's an element of choice for the regeneration.
Yeah.
It just ties everything together in a way. So that's a good theory. I actually like that. Actually,
Because we haven't seen the watch really since then. Other than now, we didn't get with Matt Smith, did we, or Peter Capaldi?
that's it. Yeah, it didn't come back until Jodie's era when
Yeah,
the timeless child thing, like because it's all in the watch, and obviously she hides it in the TARDIS because she doesn't want to know who she
yeah,
was before her memory was wiped.
yeah.
Yeah, which yeah, I'm not a fan of the timeless child thing, to
You're a
be
fan.
honest. I don't think it's necessary.
They should have just left it, shouldn't they? Like when Matt Smith said it was all lost.
Mm,
At the 50th, they should have left it there. Um,
definitely, I
um,
agree.
and not gone back to it because it's boring. Yeah, it's kind of boring. I'll go back to Gallifrey and it's been destroyed or not, isn't it?
Mm,
And who knows? It'll probably be because somehow the Master's back and the lone Cyberman who both got destroyed, didn't they? So on Gallifrey. So who knows? Everything.
yeah,
It's curious how they are all coming back though. How that's been done.
yeah, yeah. Because I saw the lone Cybermen in the trailer, and I was thinking, wait, how are you back? How? How? Because the Master destroyed you in series 12. So unless it's another lone Cyberman, maybe there's two of them, or it looked like the same one, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like the face
yeah. Like
underneath, it was exactly the same.
in the trailer, you had a younger master as well. Like it looked like when he wasn't the master, in Spyfall. A little
Yeah,
bit.
oh, good point. That is a good point. I've avoided analyzing that trailer because I'm like, you know what? I just want to get it done, and I'll just enjoy the surprises when they come. But yeah, I do vaguely remember what you're talking about. Yeah, because there's one where he's got long hair and he's got a beard, and there's another shot where he's clean shaved, and he's got shorter hair like he did in Spyfall. So I'm thinking, is there a bit of time travel there? Maybe they're going back to the events of previous episodes during Jodie's era, very like Back to the Future Part Two. Like from a
Yeah,
different angle, which I think would be fun actually. Doctor Who has never really done that, really, has it? Oh, well, it has, but not a lot.
yeah. But I have a feeling that the master may not be the main villain. I think it's probably someone that's not on there. Um, or
Yeah.
it probably isn't the Cybermen or the Daleks. Um, it maybe is someone else. Um,
There's a,
but that'd be interesting.
like sort of like a something else bigger at work or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because we didn't know about these influx. Those I forgot what they're called, but the main monster. We didn't really know
Oh
about
yeah.
that, did we? Um, but it was a very interesting flux. I would say it's probably Jodie's best series. Um,
Definitely, yeah.
even though it's got really short, but it was good. It was good. Um,
Definitely, absolutely.
I enjoyed a little bit
I think
more.
it's. I thought it was better than the first two. I'll definitely say that. I think because it was shorter as well. I think that made it better for me. It didn't drag on too long. It didn't outstay its welcome. It just told a six-part story, and that was it. Like it didn't feel the need to go, all right, let's pad this out to 10 episodes or 8 episodes. I'll admit it went in a straight line in a way. Although
Yeah,
I suppose the Flux could have rewritten half the universe in a way. So maybe that's how maybe they'll tie that into Russell's new era. Like, Chibnall's era still happened, but maybe elements of it were rewritten. So like the Timeless Child, for example, never happened. Or I don't know. I guess
yeah,
anything goes, I suppose.
definitely. And I'd like to be in more space as well, rather than on land with going onwards now, because it's always on
Hmm.
land. Like, but with Jodie, most of her episodes are on land, and everything. But
That's it, yeah.
yeah. Do you have any like favorite episodes at all?
Blink.
Blink,
Definitely Blink. I love that one. Yeah.
yeah, scary that one.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Oh, I was so scared of the Weeping Angels, but it's so amazing.
yeah.
But if you want more information about the Weeping Angels, have you heard of a YouTube channel called The Who Addicts?
Yes,
They're really good. I love The Who Addicts. They've done videos explaining the history of certain characters, like for example, the Cybermen, the Daleks. They did one on the Weeping Angels, and there's a little bit where they explain the history of Westler Drumlings. That's the house that was in Blink, and there was a bit of history there, and I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I reckon it made Blink all the more scarier. I won't tell you, but you should go and check it out. It's really good.
yeah. I have to check it out. Like, it's that's really interesting. Like, yeah, I think that series, well, that would have been Martha's series, wouldn't it? It's really interesting,
Yeah,
because you didn't have the Doctor and that, not like as the direct people in the episode. So
that's
yeah,
it was characters we didn't even know, but yeah, we still cared about them, which I
yeah.
find interesting.
I
Yeah,
think
because
yeah,
in series two we had Love and Monsters, which did a very similar thing. And I'll be honest, I actually like Love and Monsters. I'll
yeah,
be really honest, but I can understand why people don't,
yeah,
because it does mock the Doctor Who fans in a way,
yeah,
but I can't help but enjoy it.
yeah,
But look, it could be nostalgia. It could just be nostalgia for me, But I like Elton as a character, and he's a character that I would love to see come back.
yeah.
And Russell coming back, maybe Elton can make a cameo. That would be nice.
But the weird thing about that episode is, I don't mind it, but the weird thing is, this new guy comes into the team, doesn't
Mm.
he? And they allow him in and stuff to the group, and he all of a sudden becomes the leader. And then every time
Yeah.
after like a lesson or something, you say, can you stay afterwards? I just need a quick chat, catch up."
Yeah.
And then every time they come back, they just believe his word for it. Say, "Oh, he can't make it today. He's ill," or something like that. And then you would think
Yeah.
that they all know each other well enough to think that this certain person wouldn't contact them.
Well,
They,
that's it. Yeah.
yeah, and that's what didn't make sense. Like, and then all of a sudden you get to one, and then I'd be like, "What's going on here?" Um,
Mm.
like he would come across a bit weird at the start as well. Um, and certain times that you can't go near him and stuff like that. So that was what, like in real life, that wouldn't be the case. You would actually think, "Hang on a minute, something's wrong here."
Definitely. Yeah. And you think they would have connected the dots a lot faster, but
Yeah,
yet they still kept coming back and following this guy's lead, despite all the weird things going on. But to be fair, to the episode, there is a little moment they do acknowledge it. Like there's a bit where Elton failed to um, target Jackie, to get more information about the Doctor through Rose, and they're having that argument, and Elton brings up the fact that none of our friends come anymore. What's going on? And then Mr. Fisher he butts in a bit and says, "Oh, I've been phoning and phoning and phoning, but there's no reply." And then Elton says, so they do kind of acknowledge it a little bit, and then Elton's like, "Well, who could blame her? Who can blame her?" Because I think Elton assumed, "Oh, well, it's because of you, Mister. It's because of you, Victor, Mister K. It's up to you. It's your fault that these people don't want to talk to us anymore." So so at least it kind of acknowledges it, but you do have you do have a very good point. Like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, "Okay, it's kind of funny that you wanted to talk to one of my friends before we left last night, and now they're not here and they're not coming back. What is going on here?" I'll be going to the police right now.
yeah, yeah. And he doesn't really move, does he?
No, he doesn't. Like what? Like what is?
Yeah. To be fair, at that point, I was pretty scared of actually seeing his actual form at that point when it was aired.
Definitely.
Um,
He was very menacing at times. I will say that. Yeah,
yeah.
I think he looked more scary when he was actually Victor. Oh, what's his last name?
I can't remember his last
They
name.
call him Mister.
Fisher.
Yeah, his name. No. Peter Kay's character, Victor. His first name's Victor, but they call him Mister. Oh,
Kennedy,
sorry.
is it?
Kennedy. That's the
Yeah,
one. Thank you.
Kennedy.
I was just trying to remember.
Yeah.
I called him Mr. K earlier, but that's Peter K. But yeah. Oh, now I forgot where I was going with this now. Oh my god. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I reckon. When he was just in his human form, it's all mysterious, especially when he comes in. I actually thought he was pretty scary. I was thinking, oh, so who is this guy? Is he a secret agent? Is he assassin? What's going on here?
You want to know about this
But
Doctor character?
exactly, yeah. And what do you want to know about this Doctor character? Like, what do you want to know? Like, what's your interest in this character?
Yeah, yeah. It was quite funny at the end though. Like he got a bit of concrete with that girl.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but with the Weeping Angels, actually, I think every episode, even in Jodie's era, I think every episode that's been of Weeping Angels has been really good. I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Moffat did overuse them a bit,
Hmm.
but I think when they came back in series 13 or Flux, sorry, when they came back in Flux, I thought they were used really effectively. Actually, I think that was the best use of them since series 3.
Yeah, because I think Matt Smith has used them the most.
Hmm.
Like you can say 4 times. Like you had that two-parter, and then you had the Amy Pond episode, and then you had a glimpse on his last episode where he saw one Weeping Angel. But I suppose
That's
you
it.
said like
Yeah,
4 accounts. But yeah, so many good episodes.
definitely. Yeah.
Within the first probably 7 series, I would say, or 4. The 4th series was my favourite.
Definitely, yeah.
And I did like the series 3 ending as well. Like for the last 3 episodes of series 3, I thought they were awesome.
Yeah, just great bits of television, and it's a shame that it was never that good since. Like, it had its moments, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, like I remember back in the day watching those episodes, it was like a punch in the gut, but in a positive way. Like, oh my God, yeah, like this is real, but I love it.
We need
You know,
more things like that, like how the end of the series, like either like a 3-part or something, a 3 thing going into the last 3 episodes.
yeah,
Kind of doing it like they did that, but you don't get that much anymore. You just get a cliffhanger.
nah,
You don't get it resolved, which you should. In this series, you should get everything resolved in that series, and then you can do something
that's it.
different in the next series. Not like what's happened. Like series 11 was literally no kind of storyline. What was it in series
Mm,
11? But series 12 we had something, bringing the
hmm
master back and everything. Which was I like that. I like the Spyfall episode. I thought they were really good. Um,
yeah.
and then
I will admit,
yeah.
when Sasha Darwin was revealed as the master, I will admit that came out of nowhere for me. I did not expect that. I was like, wow, I actually got surprised by Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Nothing was spoiled here. This is amazing. Can we keep this up, please? Didn't happen.
Oh yeah, it's like he was like really surprised that he didn't know, but he was getting announced, did we? Um,
No, that's it. We didn't get an announcement. I think it was rumored before, but I didn't see any rumors because I
yeah,
wasn't really watching Doctor Who much at the time because I just wasn't that interested.
yeah,
Because Series 11, yeah.
he
Excuse
was
me,
one of
sorry.
my favourite characters though. That within
Definitely.
Jodie's era. I suppose because he has like Crohn's like me, so we kind of relate a little bit. But yeah, not many people I like and Jodie's like probably relate to. So I kind of relate to him in a way that he can take on that role. Um,
Mm,
So yeah, he's really good master. I do like him.
me too. Yeah, I thought he was really good. I think he's up there with John Sim and Michelle Gomez and Derek Jacobi. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, there's no bad one yet. And yeah,
Nah, definitely.
no bad one. Um, but Andrew, but before we go, because we've had a really good chat about Doctor Who autism and like it's been very nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you
Yeah,
for having me here.
yeah, it's been really good. Is there like a quote that you relate to like in Doctor Who at all?
Oh yes, quote. Ah, I love quotes in Doctor Who. I'm gonna say now this is gonna come off as a bit contradictory because I'm dressed as 10, but I'm gonna say an 11th Doctor quote. Now I apologize if I get it a little bit wrong. I'm
No?
just remembering it. So life is a pile of good things and bad things. But the important thing is you don't let the bad things outweigh the good things and make them unimportant.
Yeah. I think that was like the wasn't like the end of the Vincent van Gogh episode. So
That's correct. Yeah.
that was
I love that quote.
that was a really good quote because it's completely true. The things they say, the things they come out with, those doctors and stuff, they say really good words.
Definitely. Yeah. It's amazing how the doctor can come up with words like that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's really
But
good, isn't it?
yeah, sometimes I struggle to do that sort of thing. You know, like sometimes I can, but most of the time I'm just like, I want to say something nice and inspirational, but I don't know what to say. But it's amazing that we've got a character like the Doctor that can, just knows what to say at the right moment.
Yeah, it's great and like it's great to have you, Andrew. It's been really good. Like really good
Yeah,
in
you too,
your
man.
10th Doctor costume.
Oh, my
uh,
pleasure. My pleasure. Anytime.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we should say on Alonzi.
Allons-y.
Alonzi. Well, it's been great. Thank
Well,
you, Andrew. Thank you.
you. You're very welcome, and thank you for having me. I hope we can do this again.
Well, I hope so too. I think it'd be really good to have you on again.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.